Shalom. I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I'm Shaquat, and I am back here with another lesson. Lord willing, to be edifying to the hopeful elect. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakathon. To you, sincere Akim, Wawak, and a sincere Shalom to you brothers out here that are pushing this truth out there on the highways and the byways and through the YouTube lessons, man. Shalom unto you all. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to get into it. As you see by the title of the lesson, it is entitled, The Sons of Thunder they sold out. The Sons of Thunder sold out. And the reason that I say this, I'm going to show you a picture from the Elder Menata Zakbaz page. Go subscribe, GMS South Carolina 08. Very edifying lessons, alright? Basically, they were posed up, for the celebration of the Feast of Dedication, alright? Which, the Feast of Dedication took place sometime last month. I can't remember the exact dates, but in the Feast of Dedication, Feast of Tabernacles, they were posed up with Islam. They celebrated it with Muslims, the Nation of Islam, which is just, that's going off. I mean, it shouldn't even be a question if that's going off. You're an Israelite, you're an Hebrew Israelite. They're Islamic Muslim. All right, they're with the Islam. They're with the Islamic people. That they're down with that type of culture. So how do the two go together at all? It's two completely different things. So why would you do that? And how does this better the ministry? How did this help forward the ministry? What was gained through you doing this besides nothing? Because nobody was edified by you going and celebrating one of our high holy days with someone who doesn't believe in our high holy days because they believe in something else. What would be the point in that? It doesn't make any sense. This is why Yahweh Shai was flipping tables, because you idiots, you just using the house of the Lord for merchandise, because you clearly sold out. You clearly took the bag. You probably got, I'm sure you got a 501c3, which is forcing you to do that type of stuff, in order to keep getting those payouts and to keep getting those tax exemptions. All right, so just all bad all around. All right, it's not a good look, and y'all niggas definitely sold out. Or else you wouldn't do dumb shit like that. All right, you had IUIC do something similar to that a few years back, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, y'all going off, man. It doesn't make any sense of why you would do that. It doesn't. There's no logical reasoning behind doing that. So I'm gonna stop doing all that yapping. Let's go to the picture. So it says, Sons of Thunder Israelites. It says, the Sons of Thunder Israelites would like to extend a hearty shalom to our brothers. They're not our brothers, man. Even if they do go back to the seed of Jacob, they may be our brothers in the flesh, a lot of them, because a lot of Jakes are Muslim. But they're not our brothers in the spirit. And that's what matters right about now, is who our brothers are through the spirit. All right, because what did Yahweh Shai say when his servants was like, yo, that's your mom's over there. Your mom is over there calling for you. He said, huh? Who is my mother and my sister and my brother? Question mark. He asked it in the question form, like, who is my mother and my sister and my brother? And he answered his own question. He said, they that do the will of my Father. So how the hell do Muslims do the will of our Father if they don't even believe in what we believe in? They don't follow our God. They don't do none of that. So why in the world would you even consider them brothers? They're not brothers. Talking about our hearty shalom. What? You might as well just get to throwing the assalamu alaikum, dumbass. Go full throttle with it, right? They're not our brothers, man. Ain't no nigga worshiping no goddamn rock, my goddamn brother. Ain't no nigga worshiping no rock, my brother, man. All right? So anyway, it says, in the Nation of Islam, of Mosque 15. Like, this is stupid, man. Come on, man. It says, who showed us true brotherhood and friendship at our feast of dedication. Why the hell are they there at the feast of dedication? Why? Do they celebrate the feast of dedication? Is the feast of dedication in the Quran? Why the hell are they there celebrating the feast of dedication with you? You know we're coming up on Passover soon. A lot more bug outs are going to be revealed here shortly. Just like it happens all the time leading up to the Passover, a lot of bullshit starts happening amongst the Israelites, those who believe they are in the truth. And what did the Apostle Tahar coin the year 2026, which this year is going to be a hectic year. We're on day 2. Not too much has happened yet, but it's going to be a very hectic year, man, Lord willing. All right? Lord willing, we get the hell up out of here this year. Let's hope and pray. All right, but what did the elder Apostle Tahar coin this year? He said the year of apostates, and apostasy, and sellouts. All right, so there you go. Y'all clearly sold out, and this happened like a week or 2 ago. But I'm just making my lesson on it now. You know, I got the chance to make one on this, so here it is. Right, so it's just stupid. So I wanted to get a few precepts and end it off. You know, it wasn't gonna be a long one, right? So I want to get Amos 3:3 first. We're going to read it in both versions, KJV and NLT. It says, can two walk together except ye be agreed? All right. So can two walk together except they be agreed, man? Can it? Can they? No. Two cannot walk together if they're in a disagreement. If they're not of one mind, they can't walk together. Right? If you have a husband and a wife, right? What does it say in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, around about the first 3 verses? Maybe the first verse. It says, but it says, some of the greater things, one of the greatest things is when a husband is when a man and a wife agree together. When a man and a wife agree together, so when they're like one mind. And then when you go further down in the chapter, it says, a good, roughly paraphrasing, a great woman is one of understanding, meaning she's understanding, she's reasonable. So a husband and a man and a wife that agree together, and a woman of understanding, right? So how does a marriage typically go if the husband and the wife aren't on the same page? You know, if the husband has one way of how he wants to run things, and then the wife is rebellious and she wants to run things a different way, she don't want to follow her husband, what typically happens when they're not on one accord? The marriage typically doesn't work out when their visions aren't aligned. And if their visions aren't aligned, it's typically the wife's fault. You know, typically it's the wife's fault because you're to follow your husband. Now, to you sisters who may be watching our videos and you have husbands and they're not in the truth, I'm not talking about you. You keep on following Yahweh Bashim Yahushai until the Lord, eventually, Lord willing, and I hope and pray he does this to you sisters that do have husbands that are not in the truth, until the Lord willing, brings your husband into the fold, all right? Or B, until he gets your husband the fuck out of the way. One of those 2 things are gonna happen. So you keep following the Lord, man. Don't leave that man, because that's your husband now. You came into the truth. Whatever man you came into the truth with, you gotta stick with him. All right? And if you came into the truth and you ain't have a man, the first man you get with, you gotta stick to him. It's like when you come into the truth, you're a virgin all over again. Not in the flesh, obviously. You can't grow your hymen back. Right? You can't grow that back, but you're like a spiritual virgin again. All right, so you already with him. Just pray that the Lord wakes him up. All right. Pray that he's of the elect, and pray that you also of the elect. Right. So typically that marriage fails, and it's 9 times out of 10 the woman's fault because she doesn't want to follow the husband's vision. Because the vision of the household is the husband's vision. Get your ass over, man. Shit. It's lucky, man. This fucking dumbass nigga. You gonna keep the blink on? You gonna get the fuck over, man. Shit. you trying to let a nigga over, nigga won't get over. I'm finna go. Fucking driving like dummies, man. That's why you gotta keep pitting up prayers, man. Pray, pray, pray. These people are fucking slow. You got your blink on, get your stupid ass over. Forgive me. It's not that serious. I just wanted a reason to get a little upset. Anyway, this is in the NLT. Can two people walk together without agreeing on the direction? And absolutely not. The answer to that question, all right, it's a rhetorical question. The answer to that question is no. No, they can't. All right, so my question is, clearly y'all aren't agreed because y'all believe in two different things. They believe in a God called Allah. All right, and I don't know if y'all call on Yahweh by Shemi Al-Shai, but y'all definitely don't believe in the God of Islam. So why are y'all walking together? Y'all clearly aren't agreed. Y'all have two different doctrines. You learn from two different books. Well, what are we doing? You have two different outlooks on certain holidays. So like, what is the reasoning for this stupidity? Right? Like, what is the reasoning for this? Because that's all it is stupidity. Y'all learn aligned, right? Literally, the Nation of Islam, the Nation of Israel. How the hell does that go together? Hell, the modern day Nation of Islam and Israel, they're warring right now. Anyway, so it just doesn't make any sense. Well, let me grab this one right here. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 14, and it reads, and we're going to read in both translations again. In the KJV, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So you're not supposed to be together with unbelievers. You're not supposed to be walking hand in hand with unbelievers. Does that mean do away with your whole family because they don't believe? No, but it definitely means not to. You shouldn't do that. All right. That's for damn sure. You understand? So it's locked here. All right. So it says, "Be ye not unequally yoked," because you're clearly unequal. Y'all don't believe in the same things. You're not walking the same path. All right. They're not hoping that Yahweh Shai comes back and saves the elect and brings peace upon the earth and righteousness. No, they're hoping that Allah, Alhamdulillah, Allah Akbar. That's what they're hoping for. Salakia for my folly and antics. But that's what they're hoping for. You know, we don't believe in the same thing, man. They don't believe that the so-called white man is the devil. Even though some of them may have said it before, like their most famous Muslim, but he died. He gave warning to the so-called Negroes. He gave warning to y'all saying, hey, pretty soon, one day, there's going to be the prodigal sons of the Bible. All right? And he said, when you see them, listen. Because they're telling the truth. When you see them, listen. So even the Muslim said, listen to those men that are preaching the Bible, that you're going to soon to be seen. All right? The Lord put the spirit on him to say that. And around that time, you had Elder Abba Bivens coming up. All right, which is in the spirit, John the Baptist, which means he's in the spirit from the Old Testament, Elijah, the prophet. All right, from the kings. So anyway, it says, for what fellowship, what does a fellowship mean? A gathering, a communing, you know, a congregation, basically hanging out or being grouped, you know, with individuals. You know, like if I say, if there is a, for example, say I go to camp with the brothers, that's a fellowship. You know, we're all gathering in agreement. You know, say I go out to eat with someone, that's a fellowship. Why are you fellowshipping with people who are wicked, man? With people who don't believe the same thing that you believe? It says, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, man? Because we're considered the righteous, man. They're considered the unrighteous because they're not following Yahweh by Shemi Al-Shai. And Sons of Thunder always going off. You don't have the 100% truth like we do here at Great Millstone. But regardless, you still consider yourselves Israelites. You know you're Israelites, so why the hell would you? Let's read that again. Hath light with darkness. Come on. They literally worship a rock. You know the scriptures mock niggas who worship rocks and shit. The nigga, they worship rock. They worship a fucking rock. They're no different than them bozos who were worshiping in the land of Ephesus, who were worshiping fucking Diana, the great goddess Diana. And they believe she sent the fucking rock down to earth for fucking astro. Make her worship the bitch. Y'all no different than them. Y'all are idiots, man. Worshiping the goddamn rock. Are you kidding me? Don't team up with those who are unbelievers, so you're not a team, man. The scripture said don't team up. Let's read it again. Don't team. It's gonna destroy you wicked asses and y'all. The hell is this? Alright? The Lord gonna handle y'all, man. He gonna handle y'all. And that's the facts. Alright? That's facts, not fiction. And we probably just gonna close it on that, like I said. It says in Romans 16:17, KJV, it says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. That's why you're to be marked. And right now you're being marked, because what the hell are y'all doing? Let's read it in the NLT. And now I make one more appeal. Now I make one more appeal. My dear brethren, it's like my dear brothers and sisters, watch out for people who cause divisions and upset people's faith. And you're causing divisions, man. And you're upsetting people's faith. Because now you have little babes out there. When I say little babes, people who are brand new to the faith. They're newborn babies. Now you have them out there, and they may be fucking confused. They may be window shopping, which we tell y'all don't window shop. Just watch Great Millstone, because we have the truth. But if you don't want to watch Great Millstone, who the fuck am I to stop your grown ass? You're a grown adult, grown ass man. You're a grown ass woman. Who the hell am I to say no? I'm giving you a stern suggestion, but you don't have to follow a suggestion. It's just that, a suggestion. It's not an order, because you can do what the fuck you want to do. Just know every action has a consequence. All right, whether it's a good consequence or bad, every action has one. It says, and now I make one more appeal, my dear brothers and sisters, watch out for people who cause divisions and upset people's faith. Now you got them all confused. You got newborn babies confused. They don't know what the hell to do. I thought we weren't supposed to get down with Islam. I thought we were the Israelites. Now we're Islamic too. We're Muslims too. You're confusing people, man. You're confusing the sheep. And a sheep is a very sottish animal. They're a very sottish animal. They're not very wise. All right. That's why they need a shepherd to guide them, to herd them. All right. And it says, by teaching things contrary to what you have been taught, stay away from them. And you're clearly teaching, because teaching doesn't always have to be what comes out of your mouth. Teaching can be done through action. So you're clearly teaching things contrary to what we've been taught. Have I not read scripture before this? Why would you do this, man? You're doing something, you're teaching contrary to what we've all been taught. Scriptures say don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Scriptures say, can two walk together except ye be agreed? But yet, look at what you guys are doing. Look at what y'all are doing. It's diabolical. I didn't see Yahweh Shai having fun and hanging out with the wicked scribes and Pharisees. Or did he hang out and have fun with them, or did he curse their ass out in Matthew 23? Which one? Did he come in there being all kind and gentle with those who was making his father's house and merchandise? Or did he come in that motherfucker flipping tables? What did he do? What did Yahweh Shai do? Because when you think about it in that sense, y'all aren't doing anything of what Yahweh Shai has done and how he would operate. Y'all are going completely off. That's why we had to stay away from guys like you, because y'all are idiots, man. Idiots, man. And if you're still window shopping, you better just stick with Great Millstone, or you're gonna bug the hell out. You're likely gonna bug the hell out. Alright, so I do hope and pray that this was edifying to the hopeful elect. I want to close it by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rachak Wadash, and I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala, Gadol Abadyam, Lababal Hagadol, Yahweh Mahar, Wa Habatham. And until next time, I would like to say unto you all,